Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are in podcast land. This is what, episode
35.
35? 35,
Video episode what?
Video episode 15.
15.
15.
15?
Yeah, we've been putting a good number of content up already, which is very good. 35, laying pipe with the PVC crew. You know I got my boys in the building like always. Let me start with my man Paul like we do. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, people? Tuning in to episode 35. It's a special occasion. Before we start, I want to give a quick shout out. I just recently lost a close good friend of mine / manager. So her name was Nafoa. She just passed away a couple of days ago. So due to cancer. So my heart goes out to her and her family, and much love, respect, and my condolences.
Indeed. Blessings go out to their family and everybody who's in mourning in regards to that. So, blessings and love go out to her and her fam, of course. Vic, you know how we do. Say what's up to the people as well.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be back at it again at the PVC Podcast crew with my brothers here. Episode 35, video episode 15. Today we're going to be talking about the wonderful holiday of Thanksgiving. The day where we all eat a bunch of turkey, a bunch of potatoes, and a bunch of cornbread or biscuits, depending where you're from. It's going to be a good time today. Granted,
I'm alone right now. He was going heavy on that food. We gonna get to that food talk. Go ahead.
Oh, my kidney.
Leave him alone. Go ahead. Let him go. Let him go. Talk that food talk.
Oh, man.
naturally, of course, I am talking about the holiday of Thanksgiving, the day we have plenty to be thankful for, that we should every day. And we are recording this episode on Saturday the 19th, although this episode will be released on the day of Thanksgiving.
That is correct.
So, we have much to talk about, and as always, let me pass it over to my brother Cameron here.
Oh,
Cam.
yeah. Y'all know who I be. Cam, a.k.a. Nerd Boy Fresh.
Freaky.
Y'all know how we do. It's definitely a privilege and an honor to be in the building with my boys, of course. And like always, it's always a pleasure and an honor to have y'all ride along with us. And if y'all haven't done so already, please make sure y'all like and subscribe to the page. Leave some comments down below. That's the only way we're going to grow. You know how we get down. Let's start with Thanksgiving. Let's start with this food talk, man. So what y'all?
Wait.
Here we go. I
gotta ask. This is the most important one.
Go for it.
Biscuits, cornbread.
So we really starting with the biscuits or cornbread. Okay. So
People have been killed, Cameron.
so people's been killed over biscuits versus cornbread.
Yeah.
All right, bet. So what we doing? Biscuits or cornbread?
It's like Crips and Bloods. It's that bad.
No, it ain't that bad.
For Thanksgiving wise, I had to go with cornbread.
Okay, why cornbread?
Because you can slop anything down with cornbread with your mashed potatoes and macaroni, cheese, and fried chicken. But it gotta be from scratch though.
So it can't be bought. It gotta be homemade.
It gotta be homemade. If you're gonna do it traditionally, you gotta stay
Homemade cornbread.
scratch.
All right, bet.
What about you, Cam?
Biscuits or cornbread is the
My
question.
mama biscuits. The mama biscuits.
Biscuits or
The
cornbread?
mama biscuits. Gina,
Nah.
you want the mama biscuits?
Can I keep it trill with y'all? And this is not an indictment on the fam. You know the one thing that is not made from scratch in our Thanksgiving rotation
What's
What?
that?
is the biscuits or cornbread. You know what we have?
What?
Right.
Dinner. No, we have dinner rolls. We have the third one that nobody
Wait, hold on.
mentioned.
So the Hawaiian one or the?
Yeah, we get both. We do both.
both?
We do
Okay.
those. So we
Dinner
get.
rolls in general.
So we'll do dinner rolls. So we'll have like certain instances we'll have the Hawaiian rolls, and in certain instances you'll get like the regular baked rolls. Well, you could get them, buy them, and just put them in the oven for like a few minutes, pop them out, and you're good to go.
Yeah,
But I have not.
Do you put butter on yours before you
Yeah,
put
of
it on?
course.
Okay. Because some people
No,
don't.
because some people don't. No,
Some people don't.
they go plain.
They go plain.
They
That's what I'm
go
asking.
plain. Well, there's a reason why they go plain, because these dudes like to slop it. Like we call it slop and pop, boy. They like to slop it with the little biscuits with the little gravy and slop and pop it in their mouth. So they slop and pop. So they
Like Pop said, man, you ate all that, man. I had that biscuits in there, slap that gravy on there.
Exactly. They slop it and pop it in their mouth. That's what they do.
This
Pause.
is what we call the holiday of high blood pressure.
Oh yeah, but to answer your question, I'm gonna tell you right now, we've never done cornbread for Thanksgiving.
Really?
In our household, it's always been like the rolls. It's always been dinner rolls. We have never done cornbread. Even when we did like our non-traditional Thanksgiving stuff, like when we did like roast and some other stuff,
Yeah.
never has cornbread been in that equation.
Now, for me, it's all of it. There is no picking one or the other. It's all bread, man. And bread goes good with any kind
Man,
of
but which one's at the house? Come, that's what we want to know.
Well,
which one's the family? Which one the Bramley bringing home?
it's typically biscuit or rolls like that. Hawaiian rolls, when you said that.
Right.
My family love those Hawaiian rolls.
That's what I'm saying.
I can eat
Toast
a whole
a bunch
bag.
That's what I'm saying. Matter of fact, that might be coming home tonight. Tonight with a
because it goes with anything though.
Because my aunt, she'll toast them, put a little bit of butter, right, and make little turkey sliders, a little bit of gravy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
I made.
You know how
That
much
sounds
lunch
good.
stuff you done made with them little Hawaiian sliders? Get your
I made
Hawaiian
some
sliders.
sliders.
Get some of the little ham, little cheese.
Speaking
Turkey.
of ham,
No, yeah, we
have you ever heard of deep fried ham?
yes.
Yes.
Have you had it?
Not recently, but you know, because me and
That's
my
good.
family, we keep it traditional. You know, throw it in the oven, put a little
Yeah, honey glaze.
honey glaze, put the seeds on it. You know, pineapples. You know.
Now
Really
let me. Yeah,
Right.
what I tried. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I
I've
tried
had
it
it before. Now I know from my family, we'll either buy the ham from the store or whatever. But typically, we normally go to Honey Bake and get a Honey Bake ham in that instance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know Honey Bake is a grip. I ain't gonna front. And yes, they have probably one of the longest lines I ever imagined just to get a stinking ham.
Dude, where? Because I know they closed a couple of the ones down. I know it used to be one in Lakewood.
I don't know if the one in Lakewood is still there.
But I think that's closed. Cause
yeah,
cause by now,
could it
it'd be packed like
yeah.
lines would be down the street.
You would have
down there.
you would have to order that ham a week ago.
I mean, even with that, the lines would still be.
Yeah,
because I
'cause
remember
the
one
pickup-
year it was me and my aunt. That line was so damn long, and but it was worth it though because they handled it.
Yeah, no, the honey baked ham is one of those things that is well worth it. If you've never tried it, I would definitely say, you gotta, get to someplace and get your hands on some, because that is really good.
It's up there no more.
But the deep fried ham, yeah, I rock with that one.
Speaking of that, reminded me of something you told me. The kind of turkey you want to make. You said you want to put. Now listen to this. I will explain it to Cameron. He told me he wants to make a turkey, right? Now, when you think of turkey, you think of, that golden skin, the stuffing. You know what this man told me? He said he saw a recipe online where you put a whole block of cheese in the turkey, right? But here's the kicker. You cover it in hot Cheeto powder dust.
So
First of all, y'all need to explain something.
lately I've been watching stuff with making hot stuff. So
Eat that. We're not going to see you next week.
So I watched this YouTube video where they made a hot Cheeto turkey. So
hot Cheeto turkey,
so you
okay.
stuck a whole brick
A whole
brick of cheese inside the turkey. Then you marinated with
a brick of what, a brick of like American cheese, a brick of cheddar cheese,
brick of American cheese, yellow American cheese.
Go ahead, keep going.
Not a big one, normal size brick.
Any American cheese is 16.
This is getting
American cheese. Okay, for me, I put cheddar cheese.
This is getting
Cheddar cheese. Okay,
This is getting
Let's
nasty.
clear that up. Let's clear that up.
This is getting nastier by the second, by the way.
Cheddar cheese.
Got you.
Then you marinate it with some egg wash, and then you put flavor it up with Cheetos, and then you stick it in the oven. Actually, came out real good. I never tried it though, but I was just like, It was just out of the box type of stuff.
Hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos
Flaming hot Cheeto turkey.
on top of the turkey skin with cheese
You'll have to watch the video
of the turkey.
You'll have to watch the video, but that was just hearsay. Okay.
But,
now I'm a kid who likes cheese. Don't get it wrong.
But the way,
how-
yeah, I know. But it was just something I wanted to do one time. But as far as why, I never actually made a turkey. So traditionally, I just want try my first.
Yeah, that was my question. Have y'all ever made a turkey on your own?
Me? No,
not yet.
not yet. I have made a ham.
What's stopping y'all from making that turkey? It is a little bit of a process.
It ain't my oven.
Well, yeah, that's a fact.
Well, shit, because I already know I'm gonna end up eating something already, so ain't no point in me making it.
No. I ain't mad at that. No, I ain't mad at that because it's one of those things that I'm pretty sure.
See, a lot of people don't like turkey. Me, I like turkey. My mom doesn't like turkey, and a couple other people I know. So it's like wasn't the point. But if I
I mean,
had
even
to
like
pick
a
and
little small
choose,
one.
I can make me a little small one.
Yeah, even though I ain't sound like a
Oh, yeah.
big one.
You could even make it like one of the little turkey, like miniature turkey, like we were talking about with the air fry. You could do
Yeah.
something
That's
like
what I
that.
was gonna go next. So would y'all air fry a turkey?
I would try it.
You just have to really keep an eye on it because you got to make sure you have the right model of air fryer that has enough power to do it.
That's a
Because
fact.
you might have to do it multiple times. You might even have to flip it over.
Well, yeah, you have to flip it either
You
way.
know, because air fryers, as amazing as they are, they have their limits. And a
That's
turkey is a pretty big piece of meat.
That's
So,
a fact. But you can get like a little baby one or do like a turkey leg or something.
So let's talk about this. So for you two on traditional stuff. So what's the traditional size you have for Thanksgiving?
Traditional sides. Well, first of all, let's start. We'll go in the sequential
Okay, go for
order,
it.
but let's start here. Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, you went there.
Let's start. We gonna get to no. We got get this conversation
Okay,
completely
okay.
out of the way
Okay.
right now.
Questions reserved after.
Go ahead.
No. So macaroni and cheese. No. We gonna get to this. How do y'all or y'all family make y'all macaroni and cheese? Let's start here.
Okay, so somebody asked me at work about this. So how I was taught from my grandmother, God rest her soul, she would take cheddar cheese, grade cheese, and cheddar cheese in a jar. You know which one back in the days, the cheddar cheese in a jar. So, an American sliced cheese.
Yeah.
So basically it's gonna be all cheese.
It's basically a 3 cheese. I got you.
Yeah. Then mix it all together. Use 3 eggs, either regular milk or carnation milk. I usually prefer, buttermilk. But mix it all together and then you stick it in the oven and go from there.
Sorry. So all of which is fine. So we good with the baked portion of things.
Yeah.
So ain't nobody doing no Kraft macaroni and cheese
no,
or none of that. So I've been hey,
ain't no macaroni
hey,
and cheese,
I've been to households that actually add that stuff.
This is from scratch, man. This is
Hey, I got
this
we
is
got to
slavery macaroni and
yeah.
cheese. You know what I'm talking
So yeah, no. So I'm we there. All right. So yeah. So we're cool there. So all right, baked macaroni and cheese. Besides all the cheese stuff, what else is inside y'all macaroni and cheese?
Well, that depends. We could even put some shredded turkey. If it's a particularly big turkey, we'll put some turkey in that boy. Or some ham, that too. Typically, the traditional bacon bits. Can't go wrong with that. That nice little bit of greens in there. Put some vegetables in that mac and cheese. It's not bad. It's pretty tasty.
Usually we just stay regular macaroni and
Just
cheese.
dope. So
Go
y'all
wrong with plain.
Cause I
I had ham inside the macaroni and cheese, but I just prefer regular straight up macaroni and cheese.
I like the ham in there as opposed to like the turkey.
The thing about ham is because ham, we all like turkey, right? We like turkey, but you gotta admit it's a very very plain meat. It
But
doesn't really have flavor.
I did find out though about some certain people macaroni and cheese. If it tastes different if you don't mix it with eggs though.
Well, that's
Everybody
the whole
don't
thing.
use eggs, though. Like my grandmother, she uses eggs.
Everybody makes it different.
Yeah.
Everybody makes it
And
different. It's no.
It ain't.
There is wrong ways to make it. Don't get it mixed up.
So let me ask you this question: do you prefer using milk or buttermilk or carnation milk?
It depends. If you're going light, you rather do milk, like a 2% milk. That's only if you're trying to go
It
light.
depends how consistent you want it.
But
Like,
you-
if you
it's-
like it runny, then yeah. But
Yeah, but if you want it like real thick, real like super cheesy, then yeah, you.
Now, do you prefer to throw the eggs in before the macaroni is done, or do you throw it in after once you layer all the cheese and stuff in?
Well.
Because I know certain ones do it different ways.
Typically, you would want to do it before because you want to make sure that it's mixed in thorough. But I'm not the one who typically would rock the macaroni and cheese. That would be my next question because I know that I could do it. I know, but I know how to defer.
I can get down with some macaroni and cheese.
I defer to my aunts who put this down. So who's the one who actually makes it? It's your mom who makes it, your aunt who makes it, your uncle who makes it.
But right now, particularly, it'd be either me or my mom or some of my people's on the block.
Yeah. Because that's what I said. Because sometimes for me, I can do
Right
it.
now,
I prefer.
we ain't got all, it's not much of us old school left in my family, but, some of us can still rock it, though. Don't get me wrong. Bang, I love you, cuz your macaroni and cheese is good, though. You ever listen to my podcast, so I'll give you that one.
Yeah, and that's why I said, and that would be the thing is like, I don't know when it comes to like Thanksgiving and cooking and stuff. And I'm gonna get back to your question as far as like the other stuff in a sec. It's like I think it's one of those things where we don't. We used to be in a generation, at least in our households, we would pass certain things down. How to make things would be passed
and
down
that was
to,
one
like,
thing.
the
My
kids.
grandmother was always good, because with me wise, because she always said, "Look, you need to learn how to clean and cook." That's basically two things she always taught me. So, majority when I was coming up watching her kitchen doing stuff, I'm like, man, grandma sure can put it in. So I started picking up and learning. So when she showed me how to make, macaroni and cheese, that's one thing I got from her. How to prepare, certain ingredients which you use before you prepare stuff and like that. I still ain't mastered how to do her oxtails though. That's one thing I never got.
Well, yeah.
to do. Yeah, certain ones I can't master though, but
Right, because certain things is going to get passed down, like your parents or your grandparents. Somebody's going to, or your uncle.
one thing
somebody-
like with my mom, one thing I do want to learn from her is how to make that chicken dressing from scratch.
That's gonna be my next thing. So when it comes back to the food thing, we got the macaroni and cheese. Do y'all rock dressing?
Oh hell yes. You don't like dressing?
But
It all depends
ranch?
It all depends who makes it. Though. Like,
No, like
my mom,
like stuffing,
like stuffing, like
Oh.
like not stove.
Yeah.
I can't rock with it.
yeah.
I tried that.
Only ones I could, just my mom's. Period.
I
That's the only one.
cannot rock stuffing.
Because my mom know how to make it from scratch and it tastes so damn good. But everybody don't like dressing. I used to not like dressing until I tried it. When my mom said try it, you might like it. So when I did try it, I liked it.
I can't
Standard?
do it. I tried. And I tried many people's dressing and stuff, and I just can't do it. I tried.
Because one time I had,
That can be the one that just
I gave
kind of gross, right?
Yeah, it's just me. I can't. I
I
can't.
forgot who. I think remember Lawless. So
Yeah, Lawless,
One time
yeah.
I brought him some chicken and dressing. He's like, it better be good because everybody chicken dressing. So when I brought him my mom, he said, I like that. It was from scratch. So certain ones, that's how he talks.
Yeah, I know how Lawless get down. That's why I said when you said that, I was like, yep, that is.
But like
that's
we
funny.
was talking about, like I was talking about, he said certain ones got to be from scratch though. You have to be from scratch.
Yeah, and I get it.
My mom's know how to make it from scratch. So
And I get it. I get that. And that's why I was like, the dressing, I can't rock dressing. What else goes down? What else goes down in the, so do y'all do like, okay.
Greens.
So do y'all do greens? Do y'all do green beans?
no, we do straight up greens with oxtails in it.
We do both. I'm gonna be honest with you. We do both.
Spaghetti.
We don't do spaghetti. Not for Thanksgiving at least.
Yeah, in my family we do.
Yeah, no, I'm saying just
yeah.
not for us.
Do
Do y'all do
what's that?
do y'all do yams?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it.
Now,
I don't eat
now.
yams,
That's what I'm saying. Do y'all like yams? I don't like yams
I don't
either.
like yams.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's a hard pass.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's the taste. It's the taste.
I'm
I mean, for me, it look good when it gets made, but then when you try to taste it, it don't taste good.
yeah. I
My
can't.
grandmother, because used to watching her do it, like man, she put butter, sugar, and you think it look good, but when you taste it,
I can't do it. I tried. I
I'll throw it up.
Love to my mom and my aunt to put that down. I can't do yams.
It just smells weird.
And then they put marshmallows on top of it, which a kid do not like marshmallows at all. I can't
I
do
don't like any food that's white.
it. You know what? We did have that conversation. We did have that
Do
conversation.
y'all do what's that sauce that
What you talking about? You talking about cranberry sauce?
cranberry sauce?
We do cranberry sauce
Yeah.
now. Then we now we do cranberry sauce now. The question is, if y'all do cranberry sauce, do y'all do it out of the can, or do y'all make it from scratch? Because it's not easy to make from scratch.
No, my family does with the can.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do the can stuff. They be trying to play it off,
seen-
but it's so bad you can see the shape of
I
the
only seen
the shape
one
of the
person.
can.
I only seen one person in my family did it from scratch. The rest was just from cans.
Oh,
I only
it's
seen
so-
one person though, and
It's so-
like my grandmother said, she even told me. She said it's hard to try to do it from
I
scratch.
know it is, but it's so bad that you can see the divots from where
Yeah.
the can opens up, and so you slice it where the divots are. It's
But
so-
you think it's perfectly correctly
you
cut.
think it's normal, but I
Yeah.
just think it's hilarious. So, but yeah, that's what we typically do. We do greens, we do that, green beans,
We do chicken.
we do the chicken on occasion. But actually, one time, had y'all done?
That's just if we having a bunch of people over.
Yeah, if one time we did Cornish game hens. So if y'all seen them, y'all probably seen these at the store many a times. Y'all probably walked right past it. Just like they look like little like chickens.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
like little baby
Okay,
ones,
baby,
but just
yeah.
like basically like
We don't do that.
Yeah, we do Cornish games on occasion. On occasion, that's not like a regular thing, but we do it on occasion. I'm trying to think of what else that we do.
It all depends who house we go to in my family, because sometimes we might throw the ribs and stuff in there.
On occasion, we'll do like the non-traditional, and we'll go that route. On occasion, it's been a while since we've done the
Chicken
non-traditional.
and dressing.
Yeah, chicken dressing, gravy.
String beans and
They'll do
potatoes.
we've done like a little vegetable salad where
Mom, she touched the.
we'll do like a vegetable salad where it'll be like corn and olives and stuff. I don't eat it because I don't like the olives and stuff, but we've done that.
Yeah, the potato salad.
On occasion,
Okay.
like I said, kid don't like potato
Potato
salad.
salad, deviled eggs.
Yeah, we done deviled egg potato salad.
So what's traditional dessert?
Oh, see, here we go. Here we go.
Mine's usually be
Go
we're
ahead.
going for family. It'd be chocolate cake, lemon cake.
But it ain't chocolate cake. Talk that. Yeah,
It ain't-
yeah. You got to
Chocolate cake,
holler at your boy for
lemon
that.
cake,
Holler at your boy for the top of the
Let me
chocolate.
see. Peach cobbler from scratch. Lemon cake. I already said that. And that carrot cake.
Yeah. So I can see that. I can see that.
We do serve the carrot cake.
So, like you said, there's chocolate cake, pumpkin pie, Jello, peach cobbler.
Yeah, Jello.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah,
call.
yeah.
The Jello for the kids. Yeah.
Wait,
Nothing
pecan
wrong.
pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. We do sweet potato pie.
Yeah, we're gonna
Sweet
get there.
potato pie and
I got
what's
some,
that sour pie though? That one. Cheesecake. I'm sorry.
I got something for y'all, but go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, stuff like that. Traditional brownies, cookies, even like a bowl of M&Ms we've had. So stuff like that. Rather standard, but not terrible.
Yeah.
What about you, Cameron?
All right.
Chocolate cake.
You know, your boy got to knock out at least 1 to 2 cakes at a time. So I'll do like either the confetti cake, and then I'll do like the chocolate
Wait,
cake.
I like how he throw a gang sign.
the confetti cake.
He keeping it 100 on that one.
Do the confetti cake, and then the chocolate. And, I do the chocolate cake. I might do the donut cake this year, but the chocolate,
Is that just
of
a
course.
bunch of donuts stacked with cake?
No, it's a cake. It's a cake that's in the shape of a donut.
They look at
I call it the donut cake. I mean, the answer is
Like, should I take the one from the top, the bottom? I don't
it's
know.
they look at okay, Cameron. Is that
it's
lies?
it's basically a bunt cake. It's a bunt cake.
It's
man.
protein.
It's a bunt cake that is done
Is
with
it a
a
blunt cake or black cake?
bunt. BUNDT,
Okay.
not blunt, not BLUNT,
Cameron, those aren't
but
It tastes this kind of
BUNDT.
cake.
Bunt cake, not blunt
Well,
cake.
how high on it?
Nah, I don't get down like that. But those two. So pies. So we'll do an apple pie.
Okay.
We'll do a sweet potato pie. My mom.
Now, let me stop you right there. Your sweet potato pie, is it regular or from scratch?
It is 9 times out of 10. It is from scratch. On occasion, if depending situationally, it may be store bought.
Okay, now from store bought, where do you go? Store bought.
Oh,
Two places, Cam.
If you say Walmart, I'm not kidding.
No, it ain't Walmart. You know the stores.
Sam's Club. Playing. I'm just kidding. Where did my mom get those joints from? She normally gets them from either Stater Brothers because it's by our house, or she'll get them from Costco. One of the two.
Usually we get them from Superior, or you go to
Mom's don't pull up to Superior. She normally pulls up.
or it's a pie place over in
But we normally make it.
the one in Long Beach. If it's still there.
But there's 2 pies my mom knocks out. So my mom, she'll do a lemon meringue pie. So, it's lemon on the bottom, had the meringue on the top. So we do a lemon meringue, and then she do what's called an icebox pie, which basically is a Cool Whip pie with flavor, with a lemon flavor or a lime flavor, depending on which way she wants to rock it. Yes. So it's not really hard to do, but it's easy to mess up.
It's simple, but it's tasty.
You
Oh yeah, no,
so-
it's really good. It's just it's a
red velvet cake. I forgot all about that.
What?
on occasion I'll do a red
Oh,
velvet.
red velvet.
Yeah, on occasion I'll do a red velvet cake from occasion. What else do we do?
What chocolate syrup on top? That shit tastes good.
Yeah.
You know what?
I might do the red velvet
You know what's
drizzle.
a bad-
Dang, you got me an idea. I might do the drizzle.
Yeah.
I might do the red velvet
The reason
drizzle.
why I say because it used to be Hella's cake cake factory used to be over at Linwood.
I
They used to have
might
that.
do that. That's not hard to do the red
You
velvet
ever
with
been
the
to Hella's
drizzle.
cake? Yeah.
Speaking of all this, you know where is not a bad place to go? You know, say you can't get with family or something. They're getting harder to find, but they're still around. Is Boston Market?
Nah, I can't do Boston Market. Can't do Boston Market. Nope.
I stopped being a fan of them.
Nah, I can't do Boston Market.
Granted, it's been a few years since I've been there.
Now,
I used to love it though. But
now I will tell y'all what I did last year though. This time last year,
You went to McDonald's?
nah, with the Burger King. I had a turkey burger. What?
He had a cup of KFC gravy and a McChicken. He did
That's
Thanksgiving.
first of all, that's gross. What did I do last year? So last year it was me and the fam, and we actually went to Lucille's.
I remember you saying
We went to Lucille's last go around
biscuits.
and had buddy, and
Mama has biscuits though from Lucille.
man, we had, and they gave us the option to do like the traditional.
Those out right now.
We had the option to do either traditional with like the turkey and stuff, or do barbecue, or you could do a combination of both. You know what a kid had to do. Like, you know I had to get both. you know, a kid. You know a kid wasn't walking out of there with a couple of ribs. So we did that. But the other place that you could go to, I mean, if you're in if we're in LA, so Lucille's is always cool. Polly's Pies is actually pretty cool.
I never been there though.
Polly's
Really?
Pies is actually
I
pretty
never
cool.
been to Polly's Pies.
There's one by the job.
I know.
Yeah, you gotta pull. Like I said, if you ain't pulled up for 2
Cause
days,
I'm not a pie person though, but I will. You know,
their pies is cool.
I know they got
Their
cakes
cheese,
in
their
there, too.
cheese,
You like cornbread, right?
Yeah.
Their cornbread is like
and
dessert.
they're
And I pass by it all the time, and I always say,
and
"Damn,
their
I never stop by."
and their
But
Thanksgiving,
seafood
but their
place, yeah.
Thanksgiving stuff
See, the
is
seafood place I've been because they got them shit. Boy, them shit's awesome.
yeah.
But I never been there.
But their Thanksgiving setup is not bad either. Then the other place, obviously I've been to Knott's for their Thanksgiving when they're open
been
on
there.
Thanksgiving. That they're straight.
Turkey legs,
And
yeah.
then if they are open this year, you could go to haven't been there yet, but everybody says Black Bear is cool to go to for Thanksgiving. That would be another.
I can see that.
Yeah, they could be a good place to pull up
I've
on.
been at. I'm talking about favorite.
No, we ain't doing
Oh,
that.
you poor man.
We ain't doing that.
Hometown buffet is awesome.
Nah, hometown buffet is like if we were just slumming it,
Slumming it, yeah.
and man, it was just us boys.
Well,
If we ever find ourselves at hometown buffet, that means we're getting hunted by the mafia.
or just pull up some at the Denny's.
Yeah, you'll be better off pulling up at the Denny's.
All right, so
but yeah, that's pretty much
so
how it will
question,
go down. Talk to me.
we got the food stuff. So traditional family games, what y'all play on Thanksgiving?
Cards, man.
Okay,
We gonna play some cards.
dominoes. Oh wait, let me not say dominoes.
Dominoes, get it right.
Dominoes.
Get it
That's
right.
a family tradition.
Dominoes,
Shit talk, Thanksgiving.
dominoes and spades, and then y'all want to double back and catch me to a couple of days after Thanksgiving, after I got my
no.
warm up with the fam and took their money,
yeah, we gonna
and
get-
then I
oh,
gotta
we got
come
this
back here and take these boys' money. We
we
gonna
got this cracking, but
Let's
it's
see.
also family game. It was,
but
it was
dominoes,
dominoes, cards,
spades,
every now and then, my cousins like to break out the trouble.
no, we don't really do the board games. We used to.
Board games too.
Yeah, we did board
Monopoly. Like
We played.
No, too long playing no
We
Monopoly.
played. What's that one game?
We play some Jenga though.
That phrase game.
Oh, catchphrases.
Yeah.
Catchphrases cool.
I just figured we gonna play some Jumanji.
No, it's just what's crazy though. It's like for us, like
It's always been like
'Cause the
cards
ki-
and dominoes.
yeah, we'll play some cards or some dominoes and stuff. But if not that, we're just hanging out with the kids.
Yeah,
We'll just be
listen
playing.
to some oldies.
Yeah, we playing with the kids. So the kids be on like
What-
the PlayStation or
what's the
Xbox.
Thanksgiving music oldies?
Thanksgiving. You know what?
Love
It's
and
weird.
happiness.
You know what's weird? We don't really play a lot of music. You know what's normally running during Thanksgiving?
What?
We are watching sports.
Sports.
It's the
Football.
Laker game. It's the football game.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's sports. That's really what goes down. I mean, it's not a lot of music per se. We're really just in the box.
Who's playing this Thanksgiving?
Oh,
I think Cowboys.
you get the
is playing.
sorry Cowboys and some other
Who are
people.
you going for?
But his Niners and
Well, Niners don't play on Thursday. They play Sunday.
my boy team Eagles, they finally lost one game, but they still
Oh, the Eagles is nice. They still nice.
8-0. So tell me some more traditional food stuff.
But that's pretty much how I get down, man. It's really like it's just weird because I have like certain parts of the family they don't eat pork, so we got to make sure we account for that, of course. But most of the family do.
Does brisket consider a Thanksgiving food?
Brisket?
Yeah.
Like barbecue brisket.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've seen
well,
it. I
okay.
haven't done it, but I have seen it.
Let's clear something up real quick. Technically, all food is Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
There is no exclusion here. So
Right.
yeah, brisket is Thanksgiving. You eat spaghetti on Thanksgiving, and we don't question it.
that sure is.
That's fine. That's baller. Don't worry about it. You want brisket? You're gonna get some
So if
brisket.
you want black eyed peas and neck bones
yeah,
during
that.
Thanksgiving, you do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'll just say we just go.
You want ravioli? You're gonna get
It's
ravioli.
just traditional
Now, for
versus
you,
not
wise,
traditional.
how do you like your ham? I mean, not your ham. I mean your turkey.
I would prefer. Shut up. Shut up. I would prefer it deep fried, to be honest with you. Deep fried turkey's always been a good thing. I gotta try that deep fried ham again. I haven't had that in a while, but maybe
You know what's so cool about Thanksgiving? The leftovers. Like, shit, you get
Well,
so
you ain't
stuck.
gotta go grocery shopping.
I know you get so stuck with that ham. You making egg sandwiches with that ham.
Like
making
you
breakfast.
eat
and stuff.
leftovers for like a week.
I know.
depends. It depends on how much is being made. Because half the time, we'll make a lot of food, and half of it we'll take home.
In the morning.
But there's been occasions
ham,
where
egg sandwiches.
there's been occasions where we made like food and there was like nothing left. I was like, dang, we went through all that food. That's crazy. It just depends. It depends on
packed like so.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact of like.
Oh, I ain't coming here. Come hang out. I just can't come make a place.
Yeah, when our family gets
I'm Brumman for the fifth floor on Martin on Thanksgiving. Remember that episode? He came and ate up all the food.
But yeah, man. But like I said, like if it's a lot, like if our whole family's accounted for, then we go through it. That's pretty funny.
Oh man.
But yeah.
So y'all played me for Thanksgiving. When I was coming up, we used to always play football and basketball on my block for Thanksgiving. Keep it traditional and stuff like that.
The only reason why we didn't.
We used to throw up the volleyball net too. It used to be fun.
Now, when my grandmother had the hoop in the back of in the backyard, then we would do that. But we would never really like do that in the front yard. Cause I'm gonna be honest, we were still in Lamert Park. We was not doing that. Nah, it was just like, dude, they would barely let us ride our bikes up and down the block. And don't get it wrong, Lamert Park is actually the good part of like one of the better parts of LA, but it's still like it was like, oh no, we weren't doing all that. Because as soon as you start something like that, then everybody on the block want to play, and then you know how that goes. And it becomes like a problem if somebody lose, and we didn't want to have that action. Or somebody car get hit with a football or something.
Remember them days?
Yeah, then somebody out there yelling and kind of cuss at you and all this. So no, we was like, we cool on all that.
Told you I'm not playing by my damn car.
No, so we cool on all that. But we'll do it in the backyard, during that time. But not anymore. Not anymore. I just think we just got old, and our kids weren't really like the football, basketball
outside type kids.
Yeah, I mean they were really. I mean all the kids are pretty much like now. Like all the younger kids, they were just like they're always on their phone.
If you ask a kid you want to play football, you mean Madden?
More or less, because they'll be inside. They'll be playing like video games and stuff. So we'll we'll play.
Man, back when I was in the '90s playing Sega Genesis.
That's what we would do. We'd do that.
My cousins, oh man, we had that Madden live going on.
And that's why I never got mad at playing with the kids. I was like, I'll take the kids' lunch money too. It's no worries. Like I'll play y'all $5 a game too, just cause I'll take kids' lunch money. They'll be like, Uncle, you ain't good. I'm like, okay, press your luck if you want to. I'm still nice.
You throw the NBA Jam on and say to y'all think y'all gonna whoop Cam?
Oh no, they be trying to play all that stuff like Call of Duty and stuff. They think that you can't do nothing. It's like, okay. It's like ask your cousin, my son, if I'm good or not. How do you think he learned how to play? He didn't learn how to play on accident.
So for you, Vic, you guys keep anything like traditional wise and your family wise on certain things, or y'all just go eat just regular food wise?
No, like there's some untraditional stuff, food there and whatnot, like we talked about. But typically, no Thanksgiving is ever the same. There is no. It'd be wrong to call it traditional because It's different every year because things change every year. But I always look forward to it, no matter what, big or small. I'm just glad to be there for the new year.
Now, do you cook anything, or you just?
Oh no, it's not my kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that off top. He said, "Hey, in my kitchen, I don't step
I
up in it."
respect that. I respect that, brother.
Shoot, ain't nothing wrong with that.
The only thing I got that I cook with is my air fryer, and I make a lot with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't no sense.
Shoot, I might have to mess around and see if I can do a cake out of the air fryer. I haven't done that.
Can.
I know you can. I know you can.
You can make cookies, you can make cinnamon buns, you can make cake, you can make anything in that thing.
Oh,
I'm
I-
just willing to clean up the mess.
That's the question.
I ain't thought about
What, making a cake out of the air fryer?
that. That is some damn cookies.
He's internalized his inner cat boy.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't
No,
gonna say
I'm
it.
glad he said it. But yeah, that's basically it. We do for Thanksgiving, and then on occasion, you might throw in some barbecue baked beans on the side. It all depends.
See,
Like I said, it all depends where I'm at. Because everybody, you know,
Everybody household's different. I mean, I pulled up in
Yeah.
many different households. I
we having ribs.
I put up other people's
Oh
household.
my God.
I put up other people's household, and it's carne asada, and that's how they get down.
that too,
That's
yeah.
literally what's to get down there.
How would you feel? You pull up to a house for Thanksgiving, and it's like that dinner scene from Talladega Nights where it's got all that fast food. The Taco Bell, the KFC.
Oh
We
well,
still
I mean,
eating.
like I
We
said,
still eating.
it's not the food. It's
I'm
the
not
fact
gonna like. I'm not saying no to that. I'm just saying that'd be amazing to see.
No,
You guys will run, dear sweet baby Jesus.
basically,
He's
cause
not a baby no more. I ate the baby
Baby.
version.
I want to waste just like where the money.
talk that Talladega Night
Through
stuff.
Grandpa's war medicine.
Damn, that shit was funny. I'm gonna jump on you like a spider monkey. Like a spider monkey, come on. I'm gonna jack you up with Mountain Dew. Tom Brokaw is a punk. That shit was funny when he said that.
That movie's amazing.
Any traditional Thanksgiving movies you guys watch or anything?
Like I said, we watch sports. We don't
Yeah,
watch
ours.
movies.
It's not.
That is a Christmas movie.
It's not. He's like even Bruce Willis even said it is not a fucking Christmas. Yes,
It is a Christmas movie.
You have no say.
So that's basically we talking
It is an
about
honorary Christmas movie. You know what it is?
For me, we sports or we might watch some of the Thanksgiving, parade and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it. Yeah. I mean,
Watch that.
that's one thing that is watched. No matter what, if it's first thing in the morning, the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade is always getting
And
some
then,
run.
we always watch, the traditional when they, salute the ones who's not here. Or
Yep.
flag,
Yep.
the family,
Yep.
and all the family, sometimes, I go down to the church, help pass out some stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask y'all, have y'all ever done that
Done that
before?
before.
I've done that before.
It's been a
Feeding
while,
the-
but I've done it.
Yeah.
Feeding the homeless, I've done that.
Yeah, we've done that before. We've
I've
done
done it in a
it.
while, but I've done it.
We used to do it out at Venice Beach. Matter of fact, me and my mom was just talking about this yesterday, where we used to go out there like every Thanksgiving, and we would just like go out there and like serve the homeless, get them food and whatnot. Sit there and talk with them. That was
me and my good friend of mine. I used to live at the old spot. We used to go over there, the chapel over in Downey. Used to, every little year they used to help out, passing out food. We used to go volunteer. And then I volunteered at my mom's job one year because she works at a convalescent home, something feed some of the residents here. So
yeah. That's always
it's always good, cool to give back.
Yeah, of
because,
course,
certain ones, go old school, start passing out turkeys. Like, Brown from New Jack City.
Oh yeah, no, man. I mean, sometimes you got to do that
Yeah,
too, though. I mean,
sometimes you
but I've always been cool with like companies and people who would do that. I remember I was working at Advanced Semiconductor Products back in the day, and they would give us literally, hey, here's a turkey, here's this, here's a $100 voucher, go get yourself some food. It was cool, little small little outfit. It was only like 6 of us or whatever. They didn't have to do none of that stuff, and they were just like, hey, look, if you need it, cool, you can go ahead and grab it.
But I used to always get upset though, like when we used to come together as a family for Thanksgiving. I used to be like, man, it shouldn't always be about Thanksgiving. We should always come together all the time. Sometimes I used to feel like, man, I only see some of y'all around Thanksgiving, then wait, count down the next year until we see each other again. So
Well,
I used to be really iffy about that.
Well, that's one of the things that my grandmother, before she passed away, she always made it a point. Like every single major holiday, 9 times out of 10, we were getting together. I don't care if it was Memorial Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, 4th of July, somebody's birthday. We're probably linking up with the family at one point, probably once a month.
So when me and my family, we all get together, it goes funny jokes and everything else. we laugh and stuff like that. Then we might shed a tear or two.
Yeah. But but when my grandmother passed away, that's when it changed.
Make some pee panties.
Yeah, but
playing dominoes, and then we play. Wait, we play. You ever play that game? Where you go? No. Damn, what's the name of that game?
Duck, duck, goose.
Not Duck, Goose.
duck.
It's the one with the when you roll the dice and the number goes around. And you play money. So damn, I forgot the name of it.
Roll the dice.
Yes. So you take a turn. You put a money in on whoever money, whatever. How much you roll, that's how much you get it. So it goes back and forth. Then if you roll the next dice, the number goes backwards. That person wants the money. Damn, I forgot what it's called.
I think this is unique to you.
This is actually a game.
This is unique to me, like a mug.
I gotta find out the name of the game. But then maybe if I find out the name of it, I might know it. You might know it, Ken, because you probably played it before.
If you know what the name of this game is, please leave it in the comments. We don't know what he's talking about at the moment.
Okay, the only game that we played was what was the name of that? What was it, Pokino or whatever? Where you like play bingo with like the playing cards. No, it's like bingo with you get a card. No, it's like a little card. No, it's like a bingo card, but it's with like playing cards, like the 2 of clubs, 3 of diamonds.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
And so you would put money into each cup. If you would get 4 of a kind, money if you would get a bingo, money if you get like center and all this stuff. So we would play for money. Oh my god, I made so much money playing that too.
Man, maybe we should play that that one game when you guess that clue and stuff like that. Like who am I? Oh, but
Thanksgiving has always been always been the like.
And then set the campfire and stuff like that. We all sit and talk. It used to be fun.
We didn't really do campfires, but like I said, we were in the hood, so setting up a fire.
We used to coordinate.
Yeah, y'all gotta know some people. Know some people who can pull that off.
Shopping cart on fire.
Like those fire pits you saw at work.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Trust me.
Especially when I was going to Thanksgiving and watch.
Yeah, the little fire pits though. That's actually not a bad call. If you give them a little fire pit.
I mean, it's getting colder now, so it's got
one of my friends, my mom's friends, she works with. Oh, they got a nice fire pit where you set your heads out.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good.
But yeah, Thanksgiving's this year's Thanksgiving is gonna be a good Thanksgiving.
Hopefully everything goes like nice and smooth.
Selling turkeys like crazy. Like a job.
Yeah, I know. We starting to move some food product. Finally, we wasn't moving it at first. About time we started moving some of that stuff.
No, those turkeys were piling up for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I thought
we were gonna be sitting on them for a minute.
People wait till last
second. Yeah. Because people are trained. To buy certain things. They buy food last second, and then like the Black Friday. So I guarantee you, it's gonna be a.
How long would those turkeys last? Relatively speaking, if you bought it, would it last at least like a month?
Yeah, at least. Easy.
So you think people would start that far ahead? Start getting everything here, there.
Because you could put it in your refrigerator, or if you have like a little small freezer.
Ideally, you have like a garage freezer.
Yep. Yeah, you could throw it in your garage freezer. You go in your garage freezer. That thing is set for a year, and you can.
So you know what I'm saying? Like you start grabbing stuff now. Like people. Yeah. One of the worst things. This is just life in general, but don't do things at the last minute.
No, one of the best investments that you can have is get one of them little freezers to put in your garage. Yep, that is probably one of the best investments.
Packing everything, man. That's
you just buy and start strategically buying extra food.
We buy a deep freezer. We got a big family.
Yep. You get a deep freezer, throw some extra food in there, just in case.
You got food in there, you don't even remember you even brought.
Just in case stuff goes sideways. If COVID didn't teach y'all anything else, it should have taught y'all that.
If COVID happened like that in the 90s, boy, we would never leave home because my grandmother always kept stuff in that damn deep freezer.
Well, yeah, it was always stuff available.
That'd be interesting.
But
I remember one time, I don't know what year was that. I think it was. I will say that when that big storm hit was back in I would say 90, was it 98 or 97? That's when that flooded stuff was real bad.
Oh yeah. That was probably around 98.
98, yeah. And I'll never forget they sent us home from school.
Y'all was young for that.
Yeah. No, I remember that because I remember they sent us home from school because the emergency weather announcement thing.
Oh, flash flood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that was right around the time around Thanksgiving was coming up too.
You know how weird that is?
And we were stuck in the house. We was staying in the house, but My grandmother always said this is why we got that deep freezer for.
You know how weird that is? A flash flood in California. They say we're the driest state around. You know, we're in a drought. We've been in a drought for the last, I don't know, 30 years.
That's the reason why. Because any type of real rain, it messes
And
us up.
flash flood.
Or no. Let it, like when it rained in Vegas and they wasn't prepared for it, they don't even have a drainage system because they don't get no rain at all. And once it rains out there, no drain, everything was flooded and it was flooding the casinos. They wasn't prepared. It's worse over there than it ever was for us.
It's also like that time Texas was hit with that blizzard.
Yep.
You
Oh, I
know,
remember
their
that.
infrastructure fell apart like that. It was not handled to survive it.
Right. Because it wasn't prepared for it.
You know, if you ever want to know how good something built is, put it through the cold.
Shit, I never forget when it held out here. I'm thinking this snow. Like, is this snow?
No,
it's
hell, that just hurt.
hell yeah.
Get hit with them things. That's
I
like
remember
little.
I remember going
That's like
outside
getting hit.
as a
That's like
kid,
getting
thinking there's
hit.
some damn snow. Me and my brother out there trying to.
I mean, it is snow. It's just ice. It's just not like slushy. It's like
oh,
hard.
Yeah, throwing that ice.
That stuff hurt.
It was
I
good.
mean, people have been killed by hail.
That's
It's
what I'm
that
saying.
dangerous.
It ain't nothing. You gotta understand. That's like ice coming at you at
When was the
like
last time it held though?
not that long ago.
It's been it has been less than like 10 years.
No. I mean, even like a light hail that happened like I want to say a couple of months ago when it last rained. It was cold enough where it actually started to hail in certain
I
parts.
know technically when we say hail, people are thinking of like that golf ball size hail, but we don't really get that out here.
Oh, on occasion.
On occasion.
On occasion.
No, but not like some other places.
Oh no, not like some other places like Kansas or someplace where it's where it's regular.
You know, tornado country.
Yeah, that's like regular.
So
Let's get to some other stuff. So we got our Thanksgiving stuff out the way.
What do
Let's
you want to talk about?
first of all, what we didn't do, what y'all been playing?
well, I just recently downloaded the UFC 4. They had it on the app, so I was playing a little bit of that. You know, I haven't ran through all that.
He is
But,
really all in his mug right now.
No, been a long week, but that and then I played a little bit of Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Still on that.
Okay.
And gonna dive back in and play some Halo later. But
Okay.
That's all I've been.
That's what's up.
About you, Vic?
Me, I've been playing that.
No, I'm sorry, I am running off my crap. Brother been working hard. We all been working hard.
I know that. I ain't mad.
Go for it, Vic.
I'm on that Halo grind again. Been
Okay.
playing some of that. It's been really good. So,
Which one?
Halo Infinite.
Infinite. Okay. Back on the Infinite, the winter season. I got you.
Yeah, the winter update has been pretty good. Next week, I'm probably gonna buy Evil West. Evil West is a gothic themed Western horror game.
I heard
It's
about
an
it.
action game.
I heard about
but
it.
horror elements. Essentially, you're a cowboy with this cool gauntlet. Think God of War and cowboys.
Right.
It's God of War, cowboys. You got guns. You got this cool gauntlet that has electricity. You beat the shit out of demons and you kill them, and it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna probably be rocking that next week.
Got it.
But other than that, and next week I'm probably gonna rock Battlefield 2042 because if you don't know, it's coming to Game Pass Ultimate with the launch of Season 3.
That's correct.
So if you want to finally give it some run, now's your chance. If you bought it, I'm sorry, and you're on Xbox, I'm sorry, you wasted your money.
That's a fact.
You know,
But we tried to tell you.
but now you can give it some run. Honestly, I'm surprised it took them this long to put it on there. I thought by the time they saw how bad the second season was going, they would.
Is it on there now?
No, 22nd next week.
Yeah.
So
Right in
next
time for
week,
Thanksgiving.
so next week, I'm gonna be giving that some run. I'm gonna give Evil West some run. That looks real fun. But other than that, not much been rocking.
So y'all ain't playing that little Call of Duty. You ain't playing that Modern Warfare 2.
I haven't got it yet.
I gave it some run. Got to level 56.
You got it?
Yeah.
The new one?
Yes. I got it from Best Buy. Best Buy credit. Gotta love it. Anyway, I've been giving it some run. It's not terrible. Not terrible whatsoever.
Okay, that's why it's all right. I mean, it wasn't trash.
It's not trash, but it's exactly. If you play 2019, you're most likely gonna like this one.
Right. That's what everybody says. What have I been playing? Still trying to whip through Persona 5 Royal, rocking
You
through
was playing
that.
that earlier today.
Yeah, been rocking through that, trying to get a better feel for it. It's better than what I thought it was going to be. For like a traditional
Real quick,
RPG.
That name, you put in your own name, right? And that's what the characters call you.
No, well, you read. It's a lot of it's like
Did
text
you put
dialogue.
Cammy Poo?
No, hell no. Hell no. You know what's on there. Nerd Boy Fresh. Get it absolutely right.
Bro.
No, but they don't say your name, but you can read it in text dialogue
Yeah,
because
you don't say your name, but your name
yeah,
is in text.
it
That'd be
pops
hard,
up.
they did.
Oh, well,
Certain games do.
I know.
Certain games do. If it's a common name.
Fallout did.
Yep.
Fallout 4 did. If
it's
they put so many names in there, names you would not expect.
Yeah, and then you'll get called by your name if they recognize it, but not in this one. But it's actually pretty good, better than what I thought it was going to be. Because I'm trying to figure out if this is supposed to be like the RPG of RPGs, like everybody's trying to talk about. I'm still on the fence about it, but it's pretty good. Playing that, dipped in, played a little bit of 2K, played a little bit of that. Played a little bit of the, gave a little bit of that God of War some run, that Ragnarok some run. That looks pretty good, of course. I believe it won Game of the Year.
Well, it's between that or Elden Ring.
And here's the thing. I mean, I know they're gonna probably give it to God of War,
I personally think it goes to Elden Ring.
but I gotta say that people are just having like recency bias, meaning that because God of War just came out and Elden Ring, most people played it last year, if that makes sense. I just think it's recency bias. So I think Elden Ring is probably the better of the two games, to be honest with you. I'm not saying that God of War is bad by any stretch.
One of the reasons people really like God of War Ragnarok is because of the characters.
Right.
People are really attached to those characters. Kratos, he's been with you the entire game series.
Right.
His kid, Atreus, and all the other characters, Mimir and whatnot. There's a lot of characters to get attached to in that game, and you want to see their story progress and
Right.
whatnot. Elden Ring has characters, yes, but I think just in terms of gameplay, I gotta give it to Elden Ring because you can literally play it pretty much however you want. You can approach any fight however you want. While God of War, there is gameplay variation. It's nowhere near the extent of Elden Ring. God of War, it's hard to compare these two because you really can't.
Because they're really two completely different games. I mean, one, like God of War's on the rails, so to speak, but it has a great story and the combat system's good and it looks pretty. I get all that. Elden Ring is like you can play it the way you want.
Literally.
And it's difficult. The story maybe not so much, but it still has a very good combat system. It's tough. I still say Elden Ring is
I'll say this. What's the better game? Elden Ring. What's the better story? Ragnarok.
right. And here's the thing. It's like, dog, y'all just gave the last God of War Game of the Year. Y'all gonna double back and give this one Game of the Year too?
It's called Game of the Year, which is why I pick Elden Ring because it's the better video game.
Right. Which is tough, but I agree with you. I think Elden Ring should get Game of the Year. I don't know if it will. I know in certain platforms they already gave it to God of War. We're going to see as we go along. But I personally say if Elden Ring's in the conversation, I think Elden Ring should get that run even above God of War. And I'm not saying that God of War is a bad game. God of War is a great game.
No, there's just no knock to either game.
This
is the same conversation of comparing Call of Duty to Battlefield.
Exactly.
It's the same premise. Well, it's like from a distance they look the same, but then once you really get into the details of it, they're two completely different things.
Exactly right. What else have I been doing? Dude, been doing that. Haven't really watched what's going on.
Oh no, I was gonna say what you been watching.
Well, I know you've been watching.
I saw Black Panther.
I didn't see Black Panther. Was it good?
It was real good.
Everybody said get your tissues out.
It got a little emotional at the end.
That's what everybody said. That's what everybody said.
The turnout and everything, I'm so glad they did keep it traditional though, and I'm so glad they still made sure that they get pay their tribute to the original.
As you're supposed to.
As you're supposed to do. Certain part of the aspect of the movie, I wasn't expecting it what to happen, but I'm glad the turnout was real good.
No spoiler alert because I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it after we watch it.
For her birthday.
That's what's up.
For that to go see that.
That's what's up. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard it was really good. I will probably spin the block, maybe watch it next week.
And I've been watching this one show on Netflix called 1899. So it's basically a story about people who were stuck on a ship and had battles.
Oh, the 1889 or whatever that is.
Yeah. Actually, it's pretty good. The storyline's pretty good.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's just the way you said that.
Yeah,
it sounded like a price, not a year. And I was like, "What is he talking
about?" You got me messing up. So. The year
1889.
99.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's
like, he's watching a show about $19?
Okay. Then I went
That's
back.
how much Netflix costs at this point, just about. You say you better get your watch out of that.
Then switched off to Peacock, watched Chicago Fire. You know,
So you've been really getting into that, haven't you?
I haven't been watching it more lately. My mom has, so she basically beat me to it more. So she said, "You get back on it. It's a good show."
Yeah, the Chicago series, whether it's a fire med
It's like
or
medical cops
or a PD.
firefighters.
Yeah.
Other than that, and then typically just waiting for Survivor Series.
Survivor Series looks
War
good.
games.
Looks good. It's looking
That's
good
what
so
we feel
far.
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it looks good, man. You know, WWE's kind of doing their thing right now. They kind of got the right. They got the right momentum rolling right now. So we'll see
Then
how they
watch,
piece that together.
Full Gear later on for AEW because I
Yep.
really want to see my boy John Moxley and MJF go at it for the title. And then,
Yep.
other than that, that's all I've been doing.
Yeah.
And stacking bread. That's all we're
Yeah,
trying to do.
you know,
BBC.
getting paper. So let's go here. So let me. Can we go into this Kanye West thing real fast? I wasn't going to, but I got to.
I haven't been keeping up. What's going on?
I got to. So, you know what Adidas decided they wanted to do?
What?
So Adidas said, we're going to take Kanye out of the equation,
But they're gonna still sell shoes.
but still sell the shoes.
So they're just gonna keep all the money.
Yeah, they're just going to say, well, the shoes are good, but we don't want to brand it with his name.
But they're
I
calling
ain't mad
Yeezys.
at that.
No, you can't do that.
I mean, you can do that, but
You can't do that.
That's wrong.
still. What else is gonna happen? What?
So here's the thing: if
He
you're
did
going
it to
to
himself, Cam.
no,
I mean, it's aspects of, I believe that, certain words he did say, but like when we went back, I said, I don't feel like he wasn't the right person to say that.
just because he wasn't the right person to say it,
That's how I feel.
that doesn't mean that he was necessarily wrong in his.
I mean, no,
in what
he
he
wasn't
said.
wrong on anything he said. I just feel like he wasn't the right person to speak on that.
I could agree. I could agree with maybe not being the right person to say it. I could agree with that. But here's the problem I have. Why, if you're going to take him away and take away the contract and everything else, you shouldn't be allowed to sell his shoe. His shoe is his design.
But you know how it is. As corrupt as can be. They don't care.
Okay.
They don't. It's his design.
Okay.
And now, if I'm Kanye,
Now you resurface. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So
that is wrong.
So yeah, you can't take the man's design and his creative idea and then not put his name on it and still sell it, unless
they're still called Yeezys, right?
no, they're not. They're gonna be named something else.
Like what?
We don't know.
Jeezys.
Something, whatever it may be. Now here's the thing. Two things. You're gonna have to pay him. You have to pay him. If you're selling his stuff that he has creative license control over, you're gonna have to pay him. So all this money about you stripping him of this stuff, you gotta give him the loot. Give me the loot. Give me the loot.
Okay, you know how it's corrupt. They're gonna spin it to where they're not gonna have to pay him anything.
Oh no, they're trying to. They're trying to. But this is why Kanye said ultimately, even if they don't give me anything else in his contract, they even saw in his contract, they still gotta pay him off, and he knew it. This is where you gotta have lawyers and contracts and know what you're talking about, and he knew that even if they dropped him, he still gets paid a good amount of
Let's
money.
see if we'll be able to prevail, because we know they're gonna try to do him dirty.
Oh no, they're gonna lock this up in court for years. You already know that.
Did you watch that Dave Chappelle Saturday Night Live?
That's why I was going. That's why I was going next. So
I heard the people walked off the stage off of that.
Yeah, because you want to know why? It's because Dave Chappelle was saying he basically said the same thing.
What happened?
So on the Saturday Night Live, if you don't get a chance, if you got a Peacock, I think it was on Peacock.
It's on YouTube too.
Yeah, it's on Peacock where Dave Chappelle does his little opening monologue. And he was like, one of the things that he said is, well, I work in Hollywood for a long period of time, and there's a lot of Jews who run things in Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Making an observation and a fact. Then they're going to say, oh, it's anti-Semitic. You're trying to perpetuate the anti-Semitic. No, you're not. He's just stating, there's a difference between anti-Semitism and stating a fact.
Look, that's all he did was say what he saw.
Jewish people being in leadership is a fact. That is not like it's a...
That'd be like saying it's racist to go to Superior and say you see a lot of Mexicans.
Right.
But see, it's just as fact.
They took it the wrong way.
No, they're going to take it...
Because Anytime Jews come up, people tiptoe around it because they're so afraid of what's happening to them.
That is true. I do give you that.
Right.
But I feel like, what Dave Chappelle did wasn't wrong. Wasn't wrong. That's
All he did was say what was true.
But all he did was say what was true. And that's the fact. Like when he was talking about the chain.
Yeah, he was saying stuff that was factual. But they didn't want to receive it because they thought he was doing it to kind of as a slight to Jewish people. It's not. It's just a fact. We know that in a lot of venues, there's a lot of Jewish people that runs a lot of stuff.
That's just a fact.
And that's just a fact.
And
most major companies
are
ran by Jewish people. Now, people don't understand what that looks like because they think that when they think of Jewish people, they think of the yarmulke hat and all the whole
rabbis.
Right, they think of that. But Jewish people look like this regular, don't take this the wrong way, people. They just look like regular white people. Like, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between Jewish or not unless you were told
one of my buddies,
that they were Jewish.
And I couldn't even tell he was Jewish, though.
Right, you wouldn't be able to know.
You couldn't even know.
You wouldn't know unless you asked them.
A good friend of mine.
Unless you asked them what you believe.
And then when he told me, he's like, I'm part Jewish. I'm like,
right.
I would have never known.
Right, it's just like...
And I asked him, I said, how do you keep it, so far? And he just said, it just comes with the territory. Because
it's to them, to like your regular Jewish people, is not a conversation piece to them. Them being Jewish is like me being Christian. It's not like, unless you ask me, hey, look, what are you? What do you believe? Like, yo, I believe in Christ. I'm a Christian. You're not going to know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get classified by what we look like, but as far as like everything else, you have to ask a question. Just like with them, you have to ask them if they're Jewish or not.
Here's the thing about that is Jews and Judaism are two different things.
That's a fact.
Judaism is the religion.
Yep.
Literally anyone can become Jewish.
Yep.
Technically. But they would never be... Anyone can convert to Judaism, but they would never be Jewish. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're born into it. Like Christianity, anyone can join.
Yep.
They should.
That's the whole fact right there.
Yeah, talk that facts.
And like anyone, no matter the race, no matter what,
Or Baptist.
If you believe Jesus Christ died on the cross, you read the gospel, and you surrender to him with obedience, you're Christian.
Yep.
It's that simple. But Judaism, sure, you could follow the religion and whatnot, but you'd never be Jewish.
But then too, even with that issue that happened, I still felt like it was just a state of mind with what he did. He wasn't actually saying that to
Kanye or David.
David. To attack somebody. Kanye,
Kanye was being too cocky about it. Kyrie,
the minute you say they can't do anything to me, they're going to do something.
Right. Kanye was being too cocky, even though he was right, and even though he's still absolutely right. The Kyrie thing was blown way out of proportion because he was just advertising a movie that he saw. And if you're going to get mad at him, like somebody said on their other podcast, and I wholeheartedly agree, why aren't you talking with Bezos and trying to get it off of Amazon if y'all really didn't like it like that? Because the movie's sitting on Amazon, so you're gonna fight the person who's talking about the movie, or talk about the person who's actually having it on their platform making money off of it. But no, you're not going to talk to Bezos because guess what he is. And you ain't gonna talk to him because he controls more. He has more money than y'all. This is why y'all ain't gonna talk to him. But we know this, and this is why I said I know that people get all crazy about this, but it's real simple. This is why I tell the black community that until we own stuff, like fully own stuff, we're always gonna be in this conversation piece. But guess what? It's going to be too hard to get to the round table to own some stuff. Yeah. What are we known for? Making music, check. Yeah, we probably make some of the greatest music there, and be honest with you, we got jerked out of a lot of that too. Mm-hmm. We should have been owning record companies. We got jerked out of that.
I hate to say it, but they've always been treated as to be owned, but never owners.
Right. Right.
And it's not a thing to say because, a lot of their work is recognized by millions across the globe. But they're not really getting all that money.
Right. We know
Going to the record deal.
Yeah, like same thing with athletes. Think about athletes. There's a whole bunch of minority athletes, black athletes, Spanish athletes, whatever it may be. Whole bunch of minority athletes. We can't even get into the coaches rank right, let alone get into ownership. You know how many? There's no majority black owners. Well, one. Excuse me, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. And even then, he's not really a full majority owner. He is a part majority owner with other people in the ownership group.
Yeah, he doesn't have sole property.
He's not sole control.
Buy some property. Start small. Build it up.
Own some stuff.
Land. Hell, Steve Harvey, he bought, I was reading his thing.
You gotta own company. The one person who actually owns some stuff, and even then she's still under a little bit of control, is Oprah. She owns her own network. So that's why nobody can say nothing to her. Nobody ain't coming to Oprah about nothing. She got enough paper in her pocket. She owns her own TV company. She said, look, she was on a national TV. She was on a national TV segment on Channel 7. Said, look, I'm going to convert that and get my own stuff so I can put my own people on. And she got her own, she pays for her own TV show. She talked to Tyler Perry, put Tyler Perry on. Said, look, make some content for my stuff. Own channels doing just fine.
Both of them.
They're doing just fine, by the way. That's when you talk about ownership. Oprah is the only real owner, of something that has some sort of pull where they're not going to mess with her.
Be like they should be Oprah.
So even the BET group is owned by a Jewish. They're owned by Viacom, which is ran by Jewish people.
Yeah. I literally never knew.
And nobody knew. And nobody
watched the Def Comedy Jam. This one.
Yeah.
And the two owner dudes. I'm like, yeah, they was Jewish. I never knew that.
Yes, they are Jewish.
I always thought Russell. But
yes,
nah.
no.
You'd be very surprised how much they own.
BET's president was black, but the ownership group is Viacom.
It was a fake title.
It's the same thing like when Nick Cannon got in trouble, when they almost tried to strip Wildin' Out and all of his stuff from him. Why? Because he went and did the same thing that Kyrie and Kanye did, just on a slightly smaller scale.
Yeah.
And he thought, and Nick Cannon got a buttload of money too. Don't get it wrong. He gets paid really well. And he thought he was above it. And they brought him down to size too. You think Kanye was the first one? No, he was just the loudest mouth. Nick Cannon was a pretty loud mouth too, and they brought him down to size really fast. So what does it tell you? You gotta own it. Because if you don't own it, ultimately you're gonna have to double back. And all these other people, especially all these other athletes who just kind of just following suit because they don't want to mess up their money, y'all need to decide what y'all want to be. Y'all want to be like all this pro-back and activists and all this stuff, or y'all just want to make money? Because if y'all want to make money, I don't want to hear nothing else about y'all trying to be Black Lives, this, all this stuff. Because when it really comes down to it, Kanye and Kyrie and all these people just proved that y'all really ain't about it. Y'all not. They just proved it. Because y'all don't want to jeopardize y'all money, y'all livelihood, all this stuff for the cause. So if you're not going to do this, then have a coconut smile about it.
Yeah.
You know who did do it? Minister Farrakhan did it. He said, look, if y'all want that wreck, we can bring that wreck to you. He had a whole little 20-minute speech about the whole Kyrie Kanye thing. If y'all had a chance to look at that, please do. And I'm not a Minister Farrakhan fan by any stretch. But I respected him to go out there and say, look, if y'all want that wreck, we could bring it to you.
What was the issue with Shaq had?
Shaq is one of those. So Shaq and Charles and like a lot of these athletes, they were getting on Kyrie about him and his, about him in this movie. Mm-hmm. The problem that you had about it is that Kyrie was just saying, like, look, here's a movie that I watch. You probably should watch it. Basically advertising the movie. Yeah, it may have been slow and maybe had some things that was disparaging against Jewish people. Okay. But dog, isn't there a bunch of movies that's depicting black people in a bad way? And we don't say nothing about it. We let that ride, right?
Like Roots.
Yeah, we let all that stuff ride, right? But the one movie that's mentioned, some little small, no name, nobody knows about this movie. The only reason why we know about it now is because Kyrie said something about it. Now we're getting issue about it. Stupid. That's the problem I have with it, is because
the hypocrisy is
it's just it's just like, y'all trying to, if y'all gonna say we're just protecting the money, okay, Then all this, pro-black, all this stuff, just let that ride. Because y'all just proved Kanye's point. I don't have no friends. Because real friends would have went in the trenches and actually went down there with them. Like, look, he kind of right. And everybody knows and the whole thing is, they know he's right. You want to know why we know he's right? Because what have you heard in music the whole time? From black people, from rappers and stuff. I don't like this ownership. I don't like this Jewish person. Not necessarily calling them Jewish per se, but you know who Jerry Heller is and all these people are. We know who they are. Who are they talking about? We've been hearing this in music for years. And Kanye just said, look, we're just tired of it, and I want to get to the point where something has to change. The only way it changes is if you own it.
Yeah, but instead, you slap anti-Semitism on it and bury it.
Yep. Because again, we still have control over you. You are free to do a lot of stuff, but our money is bigger than you.
You are free to do whatever we want.
Big bank takes little bank, and our big bank will absorb your little bank because you need us to make your money. You are still a glorified worker. You don't own it. You don't own it. And until you get to the point where you do own it fully, without no reliance upon anybody else, then we could talk. And then when you get to that table, you got to understand you're at a table with a whole bunch of other people who you're not going to mix in with.
Yeah, that's like being at the head of the table in the mob.
Yeah, I mean, you could be at the table, but you're going to be at the table with a whole bunch of people that you ain't going to associate. You may not like to associate with. Like, you really cool with Zuckerberg like that? You really cool with Bezos like that? I mean, look at the Twitter situation. We could transition to that for a quick sec.
That is going down the hill.
Twitter, they get the whole buyout and everything, and then, old boy's trying to get them to like, hey, look, we're going to run with this, they call it the 2.0 agenda, basically like the reform of Twitter and whatnot. And two-thirds of the staff said, I'm done. They literally just quit and dipped.
Trying to do like
I think
WWE, NXT.
The most hilarious thing about it.
Now you're going to do that to Twitter?
The most hilarious thing is that they're selling blue check marks.
Yes.
For like, I think it was like, what, $20 a month?
Something crazy like
So
that.
for $20 a month, you can have a blue check mark on your Twitter name. What does that mean? Absolutely nothing.
No, because they're trying to get you to pay for your verification. Why? You shouldn't have to pay for your verification. Your verification is to say like, look, I am that person. Here's my credentials. I'm that person.
Well,
now, but here's the thing. But anybody could get a check mark. And, with Elon, he figured that out the hard way. He has multiple accounts with check marks because people pay for the little check marks.
Yeah,
and
and they're posing as actual accounts.
Right.
They're just running amok. It's hilarious.
Right, because that's his fault.
So you think people going to start deleting their Twitter accounts?
Well, they've been doing it.
Like I said, what's the value in Twitter? What is really, and this was part of the conversation we had last time. What is the real value in Twitter? How are they recouping that money? Because obviously the first thing Elon did when he took control was like, I need to make some sort of money, make some of this money up some sort of way. So I'm gonna start charging these people to get a check mark, which really doesn't mean nothing. Which means that if I really wanted a check mark against my name just to show that I'm somebody, I could pay for my check mark now.
From what I've heard, the amount of people who are paying for a check mark would make them enough money. The amount of people who are paying for a blue check mark per month, the amount of money that would make in a year is barely enough to cover the cost of running Twitter servers for one day.
Right. Because people aren't doing it. Or the people who are doing it is trolling.
Yeah,
because
we don't even be on Twitter like this.
And that's what I was trying to tell y'all from jump. What has more value? Does Twitter have the value now? I don't think so. They just proved it to themselves. They don't have the value. Because if it had the value, it would have been able to withstand it. Obviously, it doesn't. This is why I said TikTok has more value. Instagram and Facebook combined has more value. Shoot, at this point, even Snapchat has more value, and people don't really use Snapchat like that.
Twitter is going to become MySpace very soon.
Twitter is teetering on disaster. Unfortunately.
Used to be good back in the day.
No, because again, a lot of things.
Just putting, you just putting your business out.
What Twitter had going for them was they did something that was unique and everybody caught on to it, which was a hashtag. We got that. That was their claim to fame. But they were never able to reinvent thereafter. They did Twitter Spaces, which was kind of cool, and people started to jump on that for a minute. But other platforms has already had that. Where do they go from here? Because they're losing their employees, they're losing advertising dollars, and I feel bad for Elon but this is kind of Elon's doing too. He jumped in and said, "Look, I'm taking over, and this is his takeover plan." And then the other thing he says, "I don't even want to run it. I want somebody else to run it. I'm gonna own it, but I want somebody else to run it."
He spent all this money just to throw it away.
No, he spent the money, but he wants somebody else to take over the reins and figure it out.
Who will run it though?
You better get somebody who's credible. And I'm not talking about a star or a celeb. I'm talking about
No, not credible in the sense.
I'm just saying somebody who is credible in the tech world that 90% of you ain't gonna know about anyway. But somebody who's credible in the tech world who could kind of get them back on the right track. This is the reason why I say it's crazy right now. Is because, when I say like views is the new currency and all this stuff, and because it really is. Shock value views and stuff, that's what's getting paid. And if you take away one of the platforms that does it, I always say for everyone that comes down, somebody else is going to emerge. Who is it going to be? We already know TikTok is already established and stuff. Somebody else coming behind them.
We know how it is. TikTok will become it is becoming the most popular form of social media.
Oh, yeah.
Then about a decade from now, something will surpass TikTok. It's
a
cycle we've seen for a while.
I think YouTube is going to actually come back in. They're doing everything that TikTok does, and
YouTube ain't going anywhere.
And like I said, YouTube has been one of the first, and they've been sitting there the longest. And I ain't gonna say they're bulletproof, but they're just about bulletproof.
Not unkillable.
Facebook is almost bulletproof, but they're messing up right now. They having issues. They're having issues with Meta, and they're in basically.
I was wondering, was that gonna ever come out with the Meta thing with Facebook?
I mean, they have it out. It's
out, but it's just like I feel like Facebook is really regretting with the Meta.
They took a big chance. Like I said, I just think they were just too soon. I mean, I've said it before, and I still stand by it. I just think they were just a step too soon. I think if they would have waited like 3 or 4 years, when more and more people were going to gravitate to, because people do play Meta, people do play like the VR stuff, and you're getting more and more people getting involved in it. It's just you're just too early in the cycle. And I bet you, if somebody else was to come out with just a new version of the VR glasses, they would clip them in a heartbeat, just because they're new and a little bit better. So let's say like a company like Steam comes out with a VR setup and have their own VR games, but they already have the service and everything right at the ready. They could clip Facebook in a heartbeat. They're not, but they could. But they're working with them. But it's the same thing like them trying to clip Nintendo. Steam already trying to clip Nintendo with the Steam Deck. Once them Steam Decks hit stores regular, them Switches are going to have a problem.
On top of that, they run emulators.
Yeah, and them Switches are going to have a problem. I mean, Nintendo's claim to fame is that they just have loyalty because they are designed as the kid system, and generations of adults play it now because they have their little kid fantasy. This is how I used to play as a kid, I'm going to play it as an adult. Once that phases away, that Steam Deck is going to be the one. It's just not in main circulation. But I just want to cover those things real fast. Those are the things I really want to kind of get through.
Any final thoughts?
Because I think that most importantly that, we have to just be better as people in regards to like who we follow, who we're about. You got to come up with your own identity is really what it is. You got to be your own man and, figure out what you believe in and what you want.
Yeah.
And get your own paper up.
Yeah. I mean, as time tells, it's like I always say, you always do bad by yourself when you can make it happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta really do that.
They respond?
He said they respond.
Oh yeah. I told you what was going to happen.
Where you at, kid?
So,
I'm bleeding.
Any final words on this week?
Well, all I have to say really is I'm glad we did this episode, our Thanksgiving episode.
It was nice on you to put on. I was waiting for you to put the glasses back on. Like my boy had them glasses on all through this episode.
It was nice to talk about the food and family traditions and whatnot. And we did talk about a little bit about what was going on with Kanye West. And This is not hate, but merely fact is all we're talking about. Observation, if you will. And we'll have plenty more to talk about once this episode drops on Thanksgiving Day, which, by the way, happy Thanksgiving from the PVC podcast crew.
Facts.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And to the ones, not to cut you off, and to the ones, who don't have a roof over their head, don't have anything, I hope you guys do get a good meal, and much love and respect to everybody.
Yes, indeed. And remember on that day to just give thanks and praise to the Lord for blessing us with another year to see it, for blessing us with His loving grace. Remember, in life, all you should really do is just the best advice I can give you, and it's not even my advice, but the only thing I can really tell you should do is believe in Jesus Christ. Give Him all your love, give Him all your mind, heart, and soul. Through Him, you will know peace and joy. Surrender to Him, and you will know a life that is far better than the one you had before. And read the Bible. It's free and it's everywhere. I begrudge you. If you have time to play video games, if you have time to watch movies, you have time to read the Bible. Take your time and read it. It's not that long of a book, but it is worth a read because it will literally save your life.
He ain't playing. That's a fact.
I'm just, that was a good line right
That's
there.
a fact.
That is a fact.
If you could,
because if you can take your time out to pull that video, you can take your time out to pull that Bible out.
And just actually
no. It's all, and I agree with you. It's
And
about balance.
Yeah.
It's about balance because you're going to devote your time to what you want to devote your time to. So I always say that
prayer.
if you're going to devote some time, of course you devote some time into prayer. You devote some time into read the Bible. Get information. A lot of stuff y'all get through us. The reason why we are kind of versed in it is because we do a lot of reading. We do a lot of research. We don't just come up here just running our mouth just because. We do come up here with facts. And the reason why is because we want to make sure that we give you concise information. But I want y'all to not just learn it from us. I want y'all to learn it by y'all reading yourselves. Mm-hmm. Read the Bible. Get your prayer up. Get your information up. You want to learn by what anti-Semitism is?
You want to
pull up a dictionary.
If you read
the thesaurus, rappers, get your vocab up.
If you haven't read the Bible does talk about Jewish people. You want to know why they act that way? Read it. It tells you literally everything.
Right.
That's a fact.
There's not
the gospel.
There's not too many things in the Bible. I'm gonna tell you right now, there ain't nothing in the Bible that ain't been covered that's going on in your life.
That, no matter how you think of it, there is nothing metaphorical about it. It is a literal book. This is literal history.
Yep.
There is no room for debate. It is a literal book. Everything it is written, it is true.
Yep.
I say all this. Well, some of you think, "Oh, Victor, why are you acting like this?" Very recently, I have become a proper Christian. I used to say I was Christian, but I really wasn't. I was self-deceived, if you will. And I am trying to become an actual Christian. It's not easy. It's very hard. You have to deny yourself a lot of things.
That's a fact.
And denying yourself is showing submission to the Lord. And, I don't know how long I'm going to live. We can't say we're going to live long lives. That's just an assumption. But it is proof of grace and love that we are always here. Every day, every minute is just truly a continual show of God's love for all. His love for the world is everywhere.
Right.
God's love for the world is everywhere, but it is secondary to the love he has for his son and his believers. The love God has for this world is limited. It's finite. But the love for his believers and for his son is forever in eternity.
Indeed.
Amen.
So that's all I really have to say. Start with the Bible if you haven't. Take your time and read it. I'm not saying you have to read the whole thing as quick as possible, but do read it. Take some time.
I know a lot of people do read the Bible in a year. You could do that. A couple of chapters at a time. You don't have to try to break it down within a month or so. Because you want to kind of, there's a lot of thoughts, ideas, concepts that you want to learn in this process.
Mm-hmm.
So
because only by knowing the Bible can you begin to understand it.
Yep.
And you will spend the rest of your life trying to understand it.
Right. And even then, I'm going to be honest with you, there's even things that you could read the Bible 100 times and you're still going to get something different out of it. That's the beauty of it. And it's the only book that you will be able to do that. Mm-hmm. everything else you can kind of figure out within one or two shots of it. That's for sure. I don't care. You can watch a movie a couple of times. You have that movie memorized. The Bible is the only thing that's unique where it's going to take you probably a lifetime to figure it. And even then, there's going to be certain things you're just not going to know or understand. You won't know until you get to heaven if you decide to give your life to Christ. Different conversation for a different day. We will talk about that too.
Please do that. You don't know what's in store if you don't.
Exactly. That would be a different conversation for a different day.
But
learn something. Learn something. But besides that, if y'all didn't do, I did say at the beginning, but if y'all didn't do, make sure you like and subscribe. Shout out to our 29-ish subscribers that we got rocking with us. We definitely appreciate y'all.
Thanks
And for
so
all
much.
the viewers who's been viewing along, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. We've been, we're trying out different things. We're going to be doing some different things as we've been going forward. We definitely want to get this Thanksgiving out there. So first and foremost,
One thing, not to cut you off. So just to elaborate what Vic was saying, first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving and eat that good food. But besides that, I'll say and generally pick and choose your own battles. I'm not saying this world is always going to be great, because it's not. You're going to have your moments where you feel like, you're in a foxhole and you want to get your point out of certain view. Now, I'm not saying what Kanye did was right or wrong, but, as strongly, he did make some strongly good points. And certain people in this world may rock with it, certain people may not with it. So, like I always say, you pick and choose your own battles. And sometimes you may come out on top of it. Sometimes you may not come on top of it. But indeed, just be aware of your surroundings and be happy that you're still alive, and you be happy you see another day. That's all I gotta say on that one.
I got something for you, but it goes into I'm a piggyback off what both of y'all said, and I think this is the part that's important. Sometimes you will get penalized for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
In the Bible, they will say you'll get persecuted for doing good. That is the biblical thing. But
Christian, you will be a
but you will get penalized, even though you're doing the right thing. Sometimes it's going to feel like, well, I'm doing the right thing, but a lot of these things is not going the way that it's planned or the way that it's supposed to. Sometimes it's going to be like that. Sometimes you're going to have to go through different trials, even in doing the right thing, because you still got to understand that it's still bigger than just you. Kanye kind of understands that, believe it or not, in his own way. I understand that he knows it's bigger than him, and he was willing to make the sacrifice knowing that it was bigger than him. And I think in our own little way, when there are little battles that we go through, whether at home, work, whatever it may be, sometimes even in doing the right thing, sometimes you're going to go through some bad stuff, even in making the right decision. But stay on that right path and stay on that right course, and you're going to be just fine. Secondly, I'll echo the boys' thoughts. Definitely y'all have a great Thanksgiving out there. If y'all see your boy, make sure you send your boy a plate or something. I got to see what y'all food game. I got to see what y'all food game is like. Send your boy a plate. I do drive by people's houses, so if y'all see me in the neighborhood, y'all want some cake or something, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
Open up the PVC PO box, send all Thanksgiving food there.
That's what I'm saying. And I will be the one, if it's good, I will tell y'all on cam if it's good or not. Don't get it messed up. So if y'all got something y'all want to rock,
it's gonna be busting or disgusting.
if y'all want us to
I
rock.
don't know how that man's still alive. The stuff he eats, the sodium should have killed.
But anywho, it's been.
I love that dude.
That's God.
I'm gonna make a strawberry flow. Think you gonna want some? Oh yeah.
But, anywho, let us get up out of here, man. It's definitely been a privilege and an honor to do this like always. This has been episode 35, laying pipe with the PBC crew. We got more stuff in store for y'all. Don't worry about that. We got something for y'all. Don't worry. Maybe we'll show this domino game that we're trying to conjure up. I've been talking. I got some people who need me to lay hands on them, so I'm gonna have to do that. So I may put it on cam for y'all to watch. We may record it. We'll see what we do. But until then, have a great Thanksgiving on behalf of the PVC podcast crew. Enjoy your time. Be safe out there. Like I said, bring me a plate, cake, something. Do something like that. Don't see me, bring my boys something. You know how we do. That's what I'm saying. I need one of everything,
Bring me
except
a cherry Coke and some jerky.
except for the stuffing. Kid don't do stuffing. Anyway, y'all know how we be. It's from my man Paul, from my man Vic. My name is Cam, aka Mr. Nerd Boy Fresh.
Freaky.
And we are the PVC podcast crew. Like always, it is God above everything. Until the next time, family, we will do this again soon.
Much love and respect.
Salute.
That's how we do.